first Super Bowl title and do what the Chiefs did right before them, win back-to-back Lombardi trophies and a Super Bowl chance. The very first play of the game, an injury on the kickoff, and then while we're waiting with an injured player, Jalen Carter spins on Dak Prescott. Didn't play against each other last year. No known history between the two. Carter injected, Mike Florio reporting on Pro Football Talk, potentially further action as the NFL reviews that. So the Cowboys in good field position take the opening drive, and CeeDee Lamb downfield is back from this.
Yeah, they've just been running it. Finally, Javante
And then the cap off 6-play, 53-yard drive, towing up, he gets the ball, walks right back down the field. Remember this, Hurts, nobody open, takes off, runs in for a touchdown with the time of the game. And how do you so Dallas goes back down the field. Williams comes off an 80-yard drive for the score. 14-7. Remember I said, remember Hurts? Second drive, same result.
Same result. And if you watch the offensive line play on these scrambles, those linemen are holding their blocks for 4 and 5 seconds. So eventually they can open up a hole for Saquon Barkley to take it the distance.
That was after a Brandon Aubrey field goal. It was 21-20 at the half. Eagles on the field goal. Then this drive, the last drive, Miles Sanders, after a 49-yard run earlier, fumbled, recovered by Quinyon Mitchell, but Dak Prescott makes a pivotal return into action at their own 16-yard line. Give me your thoughts on the quarterbacks thus far, Josh.
They're not going to look quite that good, and most of what Jalen's been able to do is with his legs. But when they play the man coverage, he just simply has bought his time. I can't emphasize enough, and we talk about it all the time with the Philadelphia Eagles, that offensive line, they don't stop blocking in 4 seconds almost. They would stop blocking because they know the quarterback doesn't hold the ball anymore. And yet we have seen Jalen be able to hold it, move around, ultimately scramble, and make the big plays. And so tremendous. It's so exciting. I just want to get back to the game and get back to playing it. But the story of this game, Mike, at the end of it, for whichever side that ends up losing is going to be, you didn't have your pass rusher,
right?
And so you got picked apart. And Jalen Carter with the spit that gets thrown out of the game, Micah Parsons in Green Bay, that's going to be the story of this game, that neither team can get enough pressure.
Well, good news.
Yes.
Yeah, we're here for the ending now, 11:15, and that was well. Minutes, and we should be into action by 11:30. So if you know your friend is taking a nap, wake them up, get them back in front of the TV. We'll be back on the field at 11:30 Eastern, 10:30 in Dallas. And speaking of Dallas, of course, all the attention is on Micah Parsons and the trade and all this stuff that was going on in camp. It's not really take over. As the head coach just mentioned earlier, his dad, Marty, legend in the game, did not get to the Super Bowl, did everything else. 8th all-time in wins, 200. I want to go back to when Schottenheimer was named as the man to replace Mike McCarthy, and listen to the comments of Jerry Jones about Schottenheimer and the family ties.
One of the things he said to his mama is, "I want to get it, but Daddy didn't get a chance to get out. You got a chance, but didn't get it. And I want to go to the Super Bowl if it kills him." And his mother, she was emotional. This one will be for Daddy.
This was a pre-game emotional moment for Brian Schottenheimer. He told us when we were in Dallas, and we're talking with him on Monday. So during the national anthem, I talked to God and Pops.
Yeah.
And
you can see it, you can feel it. Yeah, you can just feel it.
Melissa, start. You can answer the story.
Yes, guys. I spoke to Brian's mom, Pat, and she told me that Marty had a huge influence on who Brian is as a person, but always told him, just don't try to be me as a coach, just be yourself. And she said the first thing Brian said to her after getting the job was, "I am going to get a Super Bowl ring for Dad." And when I asked what advice she thought Marty would have for Brian before this game, she said, "I think he would say, you're in a very elite group of people. Be proud." And by the way, his mom, Pat, is watching the game at home tonight alone. She doesn't like to watch with other people. She's on the group text with all the family members. She's going to have to stay up a little later than she thought. But she told me, she said, "I've seen a lot of football. I don't normally get nervous. But this one, his first head coaching game, I'm nervous."
She's a special woman to find Pat. Marty's widow. What a wonderful day. You got to know Marty, obviously, going up against his team for years, covering him. He worked with us since I was working the Cleveland Browns expansion draft with when they came back to the league on Smith days, Marty, just a wonderful man. And Chris, reminded of what Brian told us about being ready for the job, even though it's his first head coaching job after a quarter century. Like, whatever happens in the Shrug, he's ready for it.
He sort of admitted to us that he knows he's also married to Dak. You know, how Dak in this offense goes is how he's going to do as a head coach. And so he's down there calling the plays. And you have to say, so far, both of these coordinators and play callers have done a fantastic job. But it is really interesting to me. And I've known it, but when you see it in play, you really understand it. If your defense has somebody that you have to double team, you have to double team those guys. Everybody else get those one-on-ones, and they look like really good players. That you have to double team. Jalen Carter's out.
Yo, hello?
No.
Hello? Oh shit, it actually works. What the fuck? I'm watching the football game right now. This shit actually works.
What? What works?
Here I thought I was probably gonna get chat banned, but they only chat banned me for a little bit. Iffy.
No, you're chat banned in
Huh? Yeah.
lobby here. You're not chat banned. Once we get into the game.
Yeah, I need your Discord. I'm eating me some macaroni and some rice. Hamburger helper, actually.
Finals emotionally. There's a shot of Jalen Hurts, the Barney Trophy. He's kind of sitting there and just taking it all in, soaking in the moment. Then he's our great teams all over it. Just that cigar. And that was like a Jordan-esque shot and image for Jalen Hurts as he took it all in and winning the title. About 8 short months ago, they were trying to talk to you. I didn't use Michael Jordan. Many times. Resource pursuit of greatness and sustained excellence along the things.
Yeah, I know. I met Michael Jordan once, and all he did was bust my chops the whole time I was sitting there. But, you know, he is one of those guys that if you grew up, and I'm going to put myself in that category, that you watch what he was able to do on the basketball court, and you just marvel, you know, and the great thing is, we get to get a little piece of them for our NBA coverage this year. You got to be a little excited about that, right? We're going to look down, but we've got that coming up. I'm excited about the football game starting here in a few minutes.
I'm going to see if he can bring us food. Like, the guy's got food down the Dallas slow.
I'm sure the Philly fans are keen.
The fans are coming back. So we're just there ready to still go. We'll be back on the field. 8 minutes, players on the field. In about 8 minutes, we'll get back to carry on. As we continue with this.